Hello and welcome to the Swift Motorsports Hyperdrive Cup Series live at Richmond International Raceway tonight. And the cars might be a little louder because I turned it up for the guys over here. So we got it cranking up pretty good for them. Hopefully you can hear the audio okay. I'm coming through all right. The cars sound good to you. But we are on race number 14 of a 15-race season here at Richmond. And chase race number 4. So the fourth chase race of 5. This is it. Tonight's going to be the end of chasing a championship for 4 drivers. While for 4 other drivers, they're going to continue to chase those title hopes into next week at Phoenix. And Phoenix is going to end the season. We will crown a champion in the Cup Series here. And you're going to catch it all live on YouTube with the Swift Motorsports Hyperdrive Cup Series. I'm your main commentator, Vern Bradley, in the booth tonight. And I'm literally your main commentator in the booth, the only guy in the booth right now. Oh, we're watching practice right now. I got to get some overlays up so we know what's going on here. That was the 30 adjusting Gano going into the wall. So we'll get our overlays loaded up. I knew something was missing. I just couldn't quite put my finger on it, but I found it. There we go. That looks more like what we're used to seeing. Ah, there we go. Now that looks just like what we're used to seeing. And we'll get our timing screen kicked up. All the connections look good from here to YouTube, so I don't foresee any issues tonight. I had one little audio hiccup that crashed me out of the iRacing server the first time I set up tonight, but I think we got that straightened out now, so we're good to go. Cars sound awesome out on the track. I'm going to check my Discord audio and make sure that's okay. I'm going to go into our settings and make sure all of it's all right now, actually. Yep, Max, absolutely. Everything in there looks fine, so I think we should be coming through loud and clear. Let's go ahead and do some stuff here while they got about a minute and 22 seconds left in practice before they qualify. We're going to take a quick look at the playoff bracket. So you can see on the far left of the bracket that's going to come up on your screen, those were the 12 drivers that were originally in the chase. We ran a couple of chase races. We cut that down to 8. And these 8 are currently the 8 that are competing still to try to earn 4 spots after tonight. So at the end of Richmond, we'll lock 4 drivers in, and they'll fill the final 4 spots over on the right when we get to Phoenix next week. So let's take a look at those 8 drivers, starting off. Probably the hottest driver without a doubt in the chase so far. That's going to be the number 30, Justin Gann. Gann's got a couple of wins in the chase, and that's 2 out of 3 races, and has literally been on fire. So he's going to be one to watch out for here in Richmond, and definitely one to watch out for at the championship in Phoenix next week, providing that he goes through okay. He did win last week. You do got to go in on points. So he just needs to have a solid night and performance here at Richmond. And I think he'll be in pretty good shape. He's got about a 17-point advantage in the points coming into here. So that's a pretty good cushion to have right now. So we're going to go back and take a look at another driver, the 64 Jason Wells, and we'll let you know where he's at in points. Wells is currently second in points, and he's 5 above third place. He's 17 back from the leader, Justin Gann. So Wells with another solid performance here tonight. could very well take himself into the Final Four. So we're going to watch a 28 Andrew Mraz go out in qualifying, and I'm going to keep going through this list right here. Let's look at Tommy Haynes. Tommy Haynes is 5th in points currently. He's only 1 point out of that 4th spot. So Tommy Haynes has a chance here to advance to the next round of 4. He's going to have a really good run here tonight. And while I'm speaking of Tommy Haynes, I want to let Tommy know, and I want everyone that watches the broadcast to make sure you put his wife, Kathy Haynes, in your thoughts and prayers. Kathy's going through some things right now, so she needs all the prayers and thoughts that she can get. And Tommy, we're looking out for you there, buddy. I want you to know that, and I wish you the best of luck in Richmond tonight. I know that you're racing with a heavier heart and a lot on your mind, buddy, and I just want you to know we're thinking of you. So getting back to the points, we're talking about Tommy Haynes in the points. Tommy currently sitting in the 5th position in the standings overall and could very easily have a strong run here tonight and come out in the top 4. But he's in the hunt. I mean, definitely in the hunt. He's going to be racing hard for it. So let's go back to the next one. That's the 3 of Roy Fernandez. Fernandez is sitting in that coveted 4th spot right now in points. You want to be in that top 4. Roy Fernandez is sitting right there in 4th spot. So Fernandez is definitely one you're going to have to keep an eye on here. He's fast in practice. He was fast in practice, so he looks like he's probably ready to go here at Richmond this week. So let's take a look at the 82 of Mike Franklin. Franklin has been Mr. Consistency. That's what I'm going to call him from now on, Mr. Consistency. But Mike Franklin currently sitting 3rd in points. He's about 5 points back from Jason Wells in 2nd, and he's 2 ahead of Roy Fernandez. So Mike Franklin, this is pretty much his race and his round of 4 to make. He's just in one of those positions where he can really make his own destiny here tonight. So let's go back to the 51 of Michael Mueller. Mathematically eliminated. Mueller had to go through a surgery and procedure with his arm, and he missed the race last week. So we hope that Michael Mueller's doing good, buddy. You're definitely in our thoughts and prayers, too. We want you to heal up quickly and get back to doing what you love, and that's sim racing, man. So let's go back to the 0-1 of Cody Sleeper and take a look at where the 0-1's at in points. And Cody is currently in the 6th position, so he's a couple spots out of that top 4. But he's only 2 points out of 4th. So he's 1 point behind Tommy Haynes in 5th, and he's 2 points behind Roy Fernandez right there in the 4th position. So Cody Sleeper definitely still in this match. And, man, I'll tell you, as close as these points are for some of these guys, filling out that top 4 is going to be quite the challenge tonight. So we got one more driver to take a look at in our round of 8 here, and that's going to be Jonathan Cogswell. Cogswell's currently sitting 7th in points. Not by no means. The only driver probably mathematically eliminated is going to be the 51 of Michael Mueller. Cogswell is not mathematically eliminated. Cogswell is 7 points back from Cody Sleeper, which makes him a total of 9 points out of 4th, where Roy Fernandez is at. So Jonathan Cogswell in the 27 car, definitely still in this thing. As we're going to switch your screen back over to the iRacing screen now. Take the points off there since we done covered it and went over it. And that's your bracket. That's going to be your playoff bracket. 4 of these guys are going to move on to Phoenix. All of these guys are going to race for wins this week and next week. I can't pick the winner. Maybe you can. Tell us in the chat if you can. But I believe we're in qualifying right now with about 20 seconds left as we're on the 21 car there, Brandon Freeze. That's the Dynamark car. Digging that paint job right there. Freeze just going to spin it around a little bit right here. And if you're just joining us, welcome to the Hyperdrive Cup Series at Swift Motorsports. I'm your commentator, Vern Bradley, in the WFO booth tonight. And we're getting lined up, getting ready to grid up here and do some short track racing in Richmond. I hope you're ready. Pull up a seat, stay a while. It's going to be a fun one. Let's go ahead and find the guy that's already gridded right there. That's going to be the 28 of Andrew Mraz. This is a feller that has speed. He just missed making that round of 8. But, man, I'll tell you what, don't overlook that 28 car when it comes to winning a race here, because he's very capable of doing it. So keep your eye on the 28. Andrew Mraz, fast every week. Next car we'll look at right there is the 82 of Mike Franklin. But while we're doing that, we're going to take a look at your starting grid. Starting on the pole, he's won 2 out of 3 of these chase races, and he's been wicked fast. That's at number 30 of Justin Gann. To his outside in second, another chase driver. You see how serious this is right here. That's the 64 Jason Wells. Starting third, you got that number 3, another chase driver. That's Roy Fernandez, and his outside and force, this driver right up here. Already on the track, the 28 of Andrew Mraz. Starting fifth, you got Cody Sleeper, one of those chase drivers racing for the top 4 in points in the 0-1. And his outside in sixth is going to be Tommy Haynes, another one of the drivers racing for the top 4 in points, driving to number 17. Starting seventh, Casey Duncan in the 18, and his outside in eighth is going to be the 27 of Jonathan Cogswell. Starting ninth, Tommy Gossett in the 54. His outside in 10th is going to be Mike Franklin, another one of your round of 8 chase drivers looking for a top 4 in points when we leave here tonight. Mike Franklin in 82, starting 10th. Starting 11th, Brandon Freese in the 21. And the Freese outside in 12th is going to be that number 10 of David Medina, Sr. Starting 13th is going to show Andy Starcher. He's going to be one of your admins tonight. Don Kidder's the other admin. And then bringing up the rear of the field is going to be the number 100 of Shane Bliss. So that is your Hyperdrive Cup Series starting grid for Swift Motorsports here. And these guys do a driver's meeting right after qualifying, so it takes them a couple extra minutes to grid up here. We got a couple of cars that are on the grid right now. That's going to be the 28 and the 82 right here, Mike Franklin. Franklin with that awesome paint job, that Black Rifle Coffee car. Loving the paint. A lot of these guys have some awesome paint jobs. We go to the 17 car right there. Another really good-looking paint scheme on Tommy Haynes' ride. Michael McCauley, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you in the chat. I should send you a invite over here on this Discord. You can broadcast with me if you want to. Oh, here we go. We're getting gridded up now. 3-car Roy Fernandez, 0-1 right there. Cody Sleeper. So we got about 5 or 6 of these guys. Those first 4 starters right there, all 4 of these guys are hunting for being in the top 4 in points when we leave here. So they are hunting for that top 4 to go to Phoenix and race for a championship. We're going to get on the lead car right there. Justin Gann. I'm trying to take a little bigger look at the field, but my cameras aren't giving me one. There we go. I'll take this shot for now. Someone needs a mermaid paint. We'll have to talk one of them into running it, Michael McCauley. They put the mermaid paint on, Nation will run his butt right over here, won't he? I just fear for the hood of their car at that point, though. I'd get Nation bouncing up and down on the front of that car, and you know how that is. Causes damage and knocks speed out of your car and all kinds of stuff. So we don't need anyone bouncing around on the hoods. But the mermaid paint might be pretty cool. Looks good on your 81, so probably look good on any one of these rides out here. But welcome to Richmond. It is a short track. Not Not a terribly large field, but I'll tell you what, these guys are very competitive, very clean. So you're in for a show for sure tonight. And I'm excited and happy to bring it to you. See Justin Gann ready to get going in that 30 car. He's going to pull up right next to the iRacing pace car. And here we go. We're pacing. Not racing, but pacing off the nose of the 30 car right here. Taking a look at the pace car and all the fans sitting out there in the stands. Gann in the 30. Wells in the 64 to his outside. 3-car Roy Fernandez, 28 Andrew Mraz. Keep going through the list. 0-1 right there. Cody Sleeper, 18. Casey Duncan, 17. Tommy Haynes. We're closing, getting ready to go green. Waiting for that pace car to dip off the track. Should be any minute now. Or any second. One more time around, it looks like here. These guys are ready to go racing. They'll be going racing for 154 laps here at Richmond tonight. They're 2x2 behind that pace car, the Toyota pace car, it looks like. This should be the last time they pace down the back straightaway before we get this thing started right here. Michael McCauley, hopefully the sound is good. The cars are nice and loud, but the mic is not nice and loud. Nothing's overpowering the other. Pace cars in. We're green flag and racing at Richmond with the Hyperdrive Cup Series. And Justin Gann's not going to waste any time shooting out to a nice start right here. Gann's got him a few car lengths over the second place right there, Roy Fernandez. And we're going to take a quick second, restart our timing and scoring real quick. Hopefully these guys can keep it together for about 15 seconds right here, and we're going to get this stuff straightened out and headed in the right direction. So you see Wells under fire from the 3 of Roy Fernandez. Fernandez going for the position. 28 of Mraz right there in the 4th spot, but now he's side by side with the 3 of Roy Fernandez. Jason Wells in that Alienware 64. Trying to leave little doubt that he'll be one of the 4 racing for the championship in Phoenix next week. Wells qualifying very well right here. Having a great start to the race, currently in the 2nd spot. Mraz got a little bit loose in 3rd. So Mraz cleared to 3. Car looked like it got a little bit loose out of the corner. But he's able to hold on to it, keep it corrected, and the most importantly, point it in the right direction. So let's go back and take a look at the 3. One of the 8 chase drivers looking to go in. And he's actually 4th place in points coming into here tonight. So he's going to be looking for a good run. That's Roy Fernandez. Fernandez about a car length and a half over the 0-1 of Cody Sleeper right now. Long way to go in the race. I mean, we're early into it on lap 5 right here, so I wouldn't look for any of them to be making risky moves or anything like that. To finish first, what do they say? You must first finish. So you don't see crazy moves here very often that put people in jeopardy. But short tracks can bring out the worst in some of us sometimes. Oh, Fernandez scraping the outside wall. That'll be awesome. Michael McCauley, man, I'll look forward to that. Down the straightaway right here. Watching the 3:01:17. You see Tommy Haynes able to close in on corner entry, but drop back just a little bit on corner exit. Haynes trying to pull up on the back of that 0-1. Tommy currently sitting in the 6th position. Once in that top 4, I know Tommy wants to finish as high as he can, but he's definitely got to finish higher than that 3 in front of him. The 3 was in 4th. I believe Tommy, we determined, was in like 5th in points. Take another quick. Yeah, he's actually 5th in points, and he's 1 spot behind the 3. And we know that 1 point is literally 1 position on the racetrack. So if Haynes can get around the 0, 1, and the 3 and stay up there, he'll be in pretty good shape here. Meanwhile, out front, he's only got about 0.2 of a second over the 64 of Jason Wells, and Wells doesn't have Andrew Mraz too far behind him. So your first 3 have gotten away from the field just a little bit right here. Jason Wells, though, very impressive in the 64 at Richmond so far. Started on the outside. He's been able to hold pace with the 30 of Justin Gann. Wells' car looks nice and smooth coming up off the corner. He's not upsetting a thing anyway. Corner entry looks great all the way down to the center of the corner. That 64 car looks like he might have a pretty good piece underneath of him tonight. I don't know why it's saying that, because it was set up as Hyperdrive Cup Series, so I don't know what YouTube did, but I'll change the title on it afterwards. I don't know if it'll let me do it now. Now I have to I'd have to exit the stream and restart it, so we're not gonna. We'll have to do it after it. I don't know why YouTube did that. But we're going. I don't want to end it and restart the thing. In fact, on my phone, since I have the right one up, I'm going to see if it takes me to the correct link. Actually, it's not, so that's odd. It shows me completely on the wrong one here. So I'm not very sure why it done that. All right, I explained it a little bit in their Discord. I am not sure why YouTube kicked the stream off on a different link. I set them up the same every week, and I start the streaming software, and I noticed that it didn't tell me to go live on the other side. It just started streaming automatically, which I thought was kind of cool. But apparently, it kicked it off under a different title, because we're definitely not on the Twisted Tuesday Fun Race. We are certainly on the Swift Motorsports Hyperdrive Cup Series, and the title will be changed immediately following the broadcast tonight. So I do apologize for that. I had the thumbnail and everything loaded up, and it booted me from it. So we're watching that lead battle. It's still 0.2 of a second. Looks like Andrew Mraz here in the 28's fallen off just a slight bit. So Mraz has backed up the 28 a little bit here, and I don't know if the car's getting tight on him or if it's just not quite to his liking right here. Richmond's one of those tracks that can be tough. These short tracks will wear on you in a hurry sometimes. We're quickly working lap 24. So we'll go back and find the 3 of Roy Fernandez riding back here in the 4th spot. In the position Roy is riding in the 3 car, he's doing what's necessary right now to try to hold on to a top 4 in points and move on chasing a title in Phoenix next week. But look at Tommy Haynes right here. He's going to make a pass on the 0-1 of Cody Sleeper. And that's going to get Tommy bounced up a spot right here and put him in the top 5. So Tommy Haynes definitely trying to do anything he can to advance into that round of 4. And he's driving the wheels off the 17 right now. The man with a lot on his mind. We certainly got you and the missus in our prayers, Tommy. Good luck to you tonight, buddy. Cody Sleeper in the 0-1 running 6 right now, though. We're going to get on some of these drivers we ain't taken a look at so far tonight, or not very often anyway. Right here is the number 18 of Casey Duncan. Duncan's up by this battle with the 0-1 and the 17. Duncan currently riding in the 7th position. The iHeartRadio machine looks pretty clean. I don't think he's been in any kind of trouble so far. The car looks good, and he's wheeling it the right way. So right behind Casey, you're going to find that number 21 right there, the Dynamax ride. That's going to be Brandon Freeze. Freeze car's looking good too. I don't think he's had any problems. Some of these cars, though, look like they're stepping out a little bit in the corner. So maybe it's tight through the center of the corner and they got a lot of wheel in it. When it comes off the corner, it wants to grab the right front and kind of turn it a little bit. But we're going to go back to one of these chase drivers right here. I called him Mr. Consistency at the beginning of the stream. And I think he's going to back it up for me tonight. Franklin looks like he's taking it easy back here. Running in the 9th spot right now. Not abusing the car. Probably saving the tires quite a bit, 30 laps in. So we'll have to look for when the 82 starts coming forward. Go back one more spot, and you're going to find that number 27 right there. That's Jonathan Cogswell. I have to get Cogswell a sponsor on that car. He's driving a plain paint tonight. You know what, Michael McCauley? I'm thinking that might be a candidate for the Little Mermaid paint, man. And that is it. That's our cars that are on the track right now, so let's go up to the front of the field again. 0.2 of a second still is the distance. Look at that, though. The 30's moving up a little bit. The 64's starting to take a peek right on the inside right here. Now it goes down to 1/10 of a second. 64's right there. The battle between the 30. Justin Gann, 64. Jason Wells. Yeah, things kind of started weird in the stream. No, Michael's not racing tonight. I'm actually broadcasting for a different league. We're with the Swift Motorsports Hyperdrive Cup Series tonight. Watching race number 14 on the season, chase race number 4. Man, I really do hate that YouTube sent this to a different link. That's crazy. But it is what it is. We'll change the title afterwards and get it straightened out for these guys so they can come in and watch it and it's got the right title on it. Yeah, we're on Thursday night tonight, Shacky, but it's all right. Have fun, man. Hang out. Hang out with Macaulay and me and whoever else we get in the stream. This has just been a great battle up front. Mraz has kind of almost fallen back to the clutches of that 3-car of Tommy, actually the 17 of Tommy Haynes. 3-car Roy Fernandez, lap 37. Mark it down. Fernandez is on pit road, so the 3 making his first round pit stop on lap 37. Cody Sleeper is going to be doing the same thing. So Gann and Wells are still out, haven't made it to pit road yet, and we've been caution free at the short track of Richmond and working on the first round of green flag pit stops right here. Watching lead battle, now back to third. The 17 has almost caught the 28 there, Andrew Mraz. That's going to be Tommy Haynes in the 17. Yeah, Michael McCauley will be in the booth next week with me here. This is the only time I can recall this ever kicking my stream to the wrong one. I've never seen it do that. When you start the stream on OBS, I usually have to start it separately on YouTube. And tonight it just automatically started streaming, and I don't have it set to auto. So I'm not sure what happened on YouTube that did that, but it did it, and we're going to fix it. We just can't fix it while we're streaming, or I got to shut the stream down. So I'm going to let this stream play out tonight. And I'll change the title on it so they got the right title on it at the end of the race there. But I do want to explain that and apologize for any of the Swift Motorsports guys that are tuning in. Ooh, we had a battle there for third. Mraz has it. Mraz looked like he got a little loose off the corner right there. Tommy Haynes is hunting. The 17 car needs those points. He is looking to the inside right now. You see Casey Duncan behind him in the 18 there. Haynes has got the bottom, 28 of Mraz right there on the top of the track, and there goes the 17 for a spot. That's going to be the third position for the driver of that 17 car. So lap 43 of the race. We'll keep a note of this one too. Tommy Haynes moving into the third spot here. I'll tell you another driver that's been quietly working his way up. I called it at the beginning of the race, and this is proof of it. That's Mike Franklin in 82. Franklin working his way up. He's got up to the 6th position right now. I know we got green flag pit stops that have already started, the 3-car Roy Fernandez being one of them. Roy actually, it looks like he lost a lap on pit road as well as Cody Sleeper. And I think the other one who pitted was the 21 of Brandon Freese. But all 3 of those cars are out on track right now. And the rest of the field is not yet pitted. Yeah, it's the first time it's the first time I had that issue, Michael. I've never had it switch them like that. Usually the one that I scheduled to go up, and I had it pre-scheduled to go up, is the one that it'll link it to. So I don't know what YouTube did with the one that I had scheduled to go up, but this definitely ain't the one that I scheduled to go up. Although it did go up on time, it just wasn't the right one. So these guys are about the same distance apart. That's the 30 of Justin Gann and the 64 right here of Jason Wells. First and second in points coming into tonight. And respectfully, first and second on the racetrack right here. Oh, look at that. Finally, the 64 is going to take a look to the inside. The 30 is going to give them plenty of room, and the 64 is going to go to the front. So lead change on lap 48 is going to put the 64 Jason Wells at the front of the field. The 30 right there of Justin Gann's going to move back to second. And I'll tell you, a few seconds behind them, that 17 right here, Tommy Haynes. And Tommy Haynes on the longer run right here, certainly knocking that distance down as he took 3/10 off on the last lap. So we got Mraz still sitting in the 4th spot. These drivers have not yet pitted. The 3 car that we've seen right up by Tommy Haynes is Roy Fernandez. Actually, Fernandez is going to go around Haynes, but Fernandez is on much fresher tires. So the 3 car, Roy Fernandez, already making a green flag pit stop. And he's going to try to run around here and catch those leaders and get his lap back. Here comes Tommy Haynes in the 17 to pit road. So lap 51. And Fernandez was already in 14 laps ago. So we'll get on the 3 car. After all these guys make a green flag pit stop, that's going to be an advantage for the 3 car for a little bit. But he'll have 18 lap older tires than these guys that are making their pit stop now. So I'm pretty sure it may even land that 3 car up to the P1 spot with the leaders pitting. Yeah, 64's on pit road, leaders on pit road now. So we're going to stay on with the 3 car Roy Fernandez because I'm pretty sure it's going to take him to the front right here. He's definitely got his lap back now and scored him in second behind Cogswell. Cogswell's still on the track, but he'll have to pit too. And when he pits, we'll see how it cycles out. But there it is. Cogswell went to pit road. Yeah, Fernandez is going to be the leader now by 3.2 seconds over Cody Sleeper. And you were absolutely correct. They were the first 2 to pit. They got about 17 laps since they've made that pit stop now. It's going to show Brandon Freese in the 21 in the 3rd spot. So Gann and Jason Wells are going to move back to the 3rd and 4th spot, respectfully. Then you got Mraz back in the 6th position and Tommy Haynes back here in 7th. You see, Tommy, I believe, was ahead of Mraz before they pitted, but Mraz has gotten out back ahead of Tommy Haynes, but Haynes looks like he's hunting down the 28 once again. And we've seen that 17 was pretty strong at the end of the last run there. So different pit strategy for the leader, for sure. You've seen part of the field come down on lap 39, and then the other part, the majority of the field ended up coming down on lap 51. So a little different strategy from a couple of guys here. Those couple of guys being the 3 and the 0-1, Roy Fernandez and Cody Sleeper. But we'll have to see what's right and what's wrong. We got just under 100 laps to go now, about 98. So 98 laps. Again, chase race number 4 out of 5. Regular race 14 out of 15. So next week is going to be the championship finale at Phoenix. 4 of these drivers are going to compete for one title. That title being the champion of the Hyperdrive Cup Series at Swift Motorsports. And we'll have a special guest in the booth next week. That'll be Michael McCauley there, calling the race with me. That's going to be awesome. So Fernandez got about a 3.3 second lead right now over this guy. That's the 0-1. And he's sitting another 3.2 seconds ahead of this guy. And this guy is just about ready to come under fire from the 30 and the 64. So that's going to happen quickly here. There goes the 30 around. That's picking up the 3rd spot for Justin Gann. Now you see the 64, Jason Wells. They're on a lot fresher tires. So they're going for it. Wells has got him a spot right there. Yeah, there's 19 laps on the 21 of Brandon Freese's tires. So he's got 19 laps on his tires. And that's why these guys are driving by him now. It's not going to take them long to get around that Dynamark car. They got much fresher tires than he does. You see the 28 of Mraz moving up on his bumper. In the background there, I could see the 17 of Tommy Haynes. But the next two in line for this driver, well, these two drivers actually, the 64 and the 30. Looking at that 27 back there, I don't know if he's... Oh, it's actually showing Jonathan back in the 10th position, so he's a lap down. But the 30 and 64 not just battling each other for position, they are quickly running the leaders down. 1.7 seconds until Justin Gann reaches Cody Sleeper's 0-1 car. And you can start seeing the 0-1 in the different camera views right here. So if you look, maybe the camera shot will give it to us in a second. Yep, there it is up there. You can see the back of them. In fact, I'm going to change the cameras. I got the pretty cool ones here. So we're going to ride with some different views for a little while. This is off the front bumper of the 30 car. Looking right forward to the back of the 0-1. We'll have to see how quickly this 30 car can catch that 0-1. He's got about half the laps on his tires that the 0-1 and the 3 do up front. Now he's there. 30 car right, almost to the back bumper of the 0-1. But look at that 64, Jason Wells in the Alienware car. Oh, the 30 couldn't get a good run under him. He's got to check up, and now the 64 is right there. 30's going to take a look on the inside right here. Try to get it out of turn 4. Not going to get the spot. Cody Sleeper's going to maintain it on the outside. Back down to the bottoms, the 30 of Justin Gann. Cody Sleeper on the outside. This time, Gann's going to put the slide job on and clear him. Now it's going to be up to the 64. Jason Wells, the Alienware machine. Looking at the front of that 64 cars, he's not going to have any problems getting around the 0-1 of Cody Sleeper. That's going to move this 30 and the 64 up to second and third. But I'll tell you a driver who's been catching them, that's the 28 back here, Andrew Mraz. So you see Mraz has Jonathan Cogswell's 27 on the bumper. Sleeper's going to fall all the way back to the 5th position now. We're riding along with the 28 of Andrew Mraz. We were taking a look back at the front of the 27 car. Now we're looking off the front of the 28 car at the back of the 64 car. You see Mraz working a little bit different line in the corner. He's not pushing it all the way down to the bottom. Oh, and it looks like sparks flew right there. He might have got into the outside wall there. Whatever he's doing, he's able to hold pace right here a little bit better than he did that first round. So maybe he's taking it a little easier on his tires so he can run on the long run a little farther. We are still caution-free, 71 laps into this race here tonight. Getting close to the halfway point. I think lap 77 probably. We'll call halfway here. Yeah, I wanted that shot right here on the front of the 64. Looking at the back of the 30 of Justin Gann. This is second and third. And just so you know, the 3-second lead that Fernandez had on the field is gone. That lead has been reduced down to about 1.6 seconds over the 30 and the 64. And the 28 is only about half a second back. But I'm really impressed with how close these two cars are able to ride together, and that's the entire race, 73 laps so far. Less than around 0.2 of a second or less have separated the 30 and the 64. So Justin Gann, no introduction necessary for that driver right now. 2 out of 3 of the completed chase races has seen the 30 in victory lane. Leader in points by about 17 points coming into tonight. So he just needed a solid performance here to lock himself into the Final Four going to Phoenix for the championship. Or the Championship Four, we'll call them, not the Final Four. The Championship Four. So Gann's doing everything right here. He's led a lot of laps in this race so far. They are now 9/10 of a second, less than 9/10 of a second behind the 3, and you can see the 3 right in front of them in this frame. There's the 3, there's the 30, 64, 28, 27. Coming down the back straightaway right here. They should catch them in the next lap, maybe 2 laps if I had to guess. And we are officially at the halfway point right now. Roy Fernandez is your leader at the halfway point. So this is looking off the back of the 3 car to the front of the 30. And you can see what 7/10 of a second looks like. It looks like now, though, they got so close to the 3. But some of that's looking like it's starting to fade a little bit. Now, here comes the 30. You see Wells able to work a little bit higher line right here. Man, that 64 car is so smooth. There's 6/10 of a second separate first and second. About 7/10 of a second separate the top 3. Man, it looked like the 64 tried to turn down right there. Might have got a little bit loose. He's taking a peek to the inside of the 30 right here. 64's been moving around a little bit, trying to lane up, a lane down. And they're 5/10 of a second behind the 3 of Roy Fernandez. Fernandez holding a very good pace for having much older tires right here. We're talking about a 15-lap difference, and there's the battle for second. The 64 of Jason Wells pulled briefly side by side with the 30, and this is a half a second behind the leader, Roy Fernandez. So a brief battle for the lead. The 64 couldn't stick it, and we got second-round pit stops going on as I see a car on pit road now, lap 82. Who's that going to be? We're going to go back and try to find out. It might be the 21. It is the 21 of Brandon Freese as his left sides go up on a jack. 5/10 of a second, still the lead at the top. About 47 laps now on the 3's tires, and I'm very impressed that the 3 has been able to hold on. And he's really done a great job keeping the distance between him and the 30 and the 64 there. You would think with 15-lap older tires that once they got to him, they would have swallowed him up, but not the case right now. Fernandez did a phenomenal job on his tires on this run. The tire management, just a phenomenal job. That's what it takes to solidify solidify the deal or seal the deal to get into the Championship 4 at Phoenix. And we're riding along with Roy Fernandez now. We're actually riding on the front bumper of his car. So we won't say we're riding along. We're on the front bumper. Now 6/10 of a second. So Fernandez here able to stretch it back out a little bit. 7/10. That's because these two are battling. 30 of Justin Gann, 64 of Wells. Gann working a little higher line, Wells on the bottom. And you see Andrew Mraz has caught all of them. Mraz was 1.6 back. Now he's almost on their bumper. And I noticed something different about the 28 this run. He was running a little bit different line. And I think he might have been doing that to save on the tires a little bit. So the battle for second rages on. And as that battle rages on, Roy Fernandez with 15 lap older tires is stretching it out on these guys a bit. But Fernandez has about 52 laps on those tires now. And I'm going to bet you that he's going to need to come to pit road soon, as the 64 is going to try the outside, not get a run off the corner. So the 64 is taking a look inside. He's taking a look outside. And he just can't get the run off the corner to get around that 30 of Justin Gann right there. How impressive is this for the 3 car? 15 lap older tires. Second and third able to close within a half a second. And now Fernandez has stretched it out 3/10 on him. Almost a second distance between first and second right now. Roy Fernandez, 54 laps on his tires. 90 laps into the race, so one more pit stop will probably do it for these guys. I don't know. I just said that as the 3 come screaming to pit road. I know these guys can go another 10 laps. They've only got about 40 laps on their tires right now, so they'll easily be able to go another 10. But I think the 30 is going to come to pit road now, as you see him on the bottom of the racetrack, and the 64 is going to come right along with them. So 17 of Tommy Haynes right there, picking up a lot of gain on him right there. He's coming to pit road. So maybe they can go from lap 91. That's going to be 54. Well, that's like 65 laps. I don't know. They could have went farther, so they have to be in their window, if I had to guess. Right side's up on the 30 and the 64. Now the right sides are down. Left side's up on both cars. Left side's down simultaneously. And the 30 and 64 get back to the racing surface. Your new leader, though, 82 of Mike Franklin. Now Franklin's coming to pit road. That's going to put that 18 right here, Casey Duncan, in the top spot. We got a caution. Man, I'm hoping it's not this guy. We're going to have to take an instant replay real quick to see what happened to who. Oh, 17 of Tommy Haynes. He's going to loop it around. No contact with nothing. Keep it going in the right direction. But it's going to slow him down enough to trigger a caution right here on lap 95. So right during the green flag pit stops, and I'll tell you what, Jonathan Cogswell and your race leader, Casey Duncan. We'll have to see how it scores out right here. But you can see KC's ahead of the 3 and the 28. Those guys are going to have to take a waiver round. 3, 28, probably the 30 and 64. As Casey Duncan's going to bring it to pit road under caution. What a big break for the 18. The 27 and the 18 both. That caution come out at the right time for those drivers and really put them in great shape right here. 18's going to bring it to pit road. 27 still out on the racetrack right now. He's actually being scored as the leader. So Cogswell's going to... He's got tires too. So the 27 was probably on pit road when the thing come out. That's probably what happened. He was probably on pit lane when the caution come out, so he was able to go ahead and take tires. And now he's going to come to pit road again. 3 coming in right behind him. So the 3 may have got the lucky dog right here. I don't know. We'll have to see how timing and scoring straightens things out right here. Showing a hand in the lead back to the 18 of Casey Duncan. But while they're getting it straightened out, we're going to run a quick ad for you. I told you it'd be a quick ad. Just like that, I'm right back here under caution. One and only caution, lap 98. On the iHeartRadio 18 car, KC Duncan. The 27 of Jonathan Cogswell right there with him. These drivers were still on the racetrack when the caution flag waved, and which left them as, I think, the only 2 drivers on the lead lap at that time. Man Bender, thanks, buddy. I appreciate that. I've been at this a few years now, and I enjoy it, so this is what I do on the evenings, whether it's for the WFO side or over here at Swift Motorsports with the Hyperdrive Cup Series. I dig it. Have a lot of fun with it. Really enjoy all you coming in and hanging out with me. And well, we're back to green flag racing, and I can tell you how that happened. They threw the green when I was still on replay mode, but we're back to live racing now. That's not a battle for the lead with the 21. The 27's in second. The 21 of Brandon Free's going to drop to the bottom. Your leader is going to be that 18 of Casey Duncan with the 27 of Jonathan Cogswell in second right here. 53 laps to go when they get to the line. 53 laps. Before we not only get us a winner, but we'll find out who our championship 4 are shortly after that when they tally the points. So hopefully we got the cars cranked up loud enough where you can hear them. Going to let these guys race it out for a couple of laps right here. That would actually be pretty fun, Michael. My youngest son, he's a big, well, he used to be. Not so much anymore, but he used to play Rocket League all the time. And he's a pretty darn good Rocket League player. So I don't know if you guys, what are you doing? You 2v2s, 3v3? What are you doing on there? Yeah, he was just telling me about 2 weeks ago that he's kind of burnt out on it, so he hasn't been doing it as much. You see Fernandez right there has got the 3-car accordingly up in the 3rd spot. 3v3s, I'll have to let him know. I'll see if he's interested in doing some 3v3. I don't know what he's been playing a lot of lately. Sometimes I still see Rocket League up on his computer, but I'd definitely be down to broadcasting one of those tournaments. I've got two of them at home still. One's in college, the other's the youngest one's a senior in high school now. No, he don't play Fortnite. $108 laps complete of 154. Speaking of some of the other guys that have been up front, Andrew Mraz is in the fourth position right now. Jason Wells back in the fifth spot, but he's in a battle, side-by-side battle, that is, with the 30 of Justin Gann. Gann working the bottom of the track. Wells working a little bit higher line right here. I'll tell you, these drivers got kind of mired back in traffic a little bit here, and they're kind of slugging it out with each other. And those front guys are trying to twist away from them just a little bit. But a driver I've noticed picking up steam throughout the race is in seventh right here. That's the 82 of Mike Franklin. 44 laps to go, and I'm telling you that 82's not done making moves yet. And I don't know if Gann used up any tires or not, but he's kind of falling back to the clutches of that 82 car right now. Justin Gann falling back in the clutches a little bit. He's going to try to get his tires calmed down and cooled down, but Jason Wells has took off. He got done battling with the 30 car Gann, and Wells is working his way forward right here. '64 trying to track down that 28. See the field single filed right here. We're off the back of the 64 car, Jason Wells. And he has caught the back bumper of the 28 Andrew Mraz. Mraz currently sitting in fourth, Wells in fifth, Gann back in sixth, and Mike Franklin in the 82 in the seventh position. Look at the 64 taking a little bit of a peek on the inside right there. Thought he might make a move, but he didn't. Not quite yet. Man, he's all over the back bumper of that car, though, in the corner. '64. Jason Wells doing what's necessary to try to make the championship 4 next week at Phoenix. He is all over the bumper of the 28, haunting it. Takes the car all the way out by the wall now. He's going to dive, take a look to the inside. Nothing there. Look how close this racing is. 116 laps in, and they're going at it. Now he's going to look. He's running a little bit higher line than the 28 is right here. I can tell you why. It's giving him a run off the corner. Oh, I thought he was going to go that time. He's been setting them up to try to make the pass. You see the 28 slip just a little bit on corner exit. So the 64's been looking at what way he's going to set them up, and he might get underneath of them or look under them right here as they come off the corner. He's putting a lot of pressure on the back of the 28 car. Right up to the bumper center of the corner. Man, that 28 getting a little bit loose on corner exit right there. Every time that 64 dips the nose, I'm wondering when he's going to put the nose in there. This is a good race for the fourth position right here. Ooh, little bit of bumper love right there. Just a little bit. Slight bumper love. That's going to actually hurt the 64. More than the 28, and it's going to put him in a side-by-side battle with the 30 of Justin Gann. We've seen this play out before. I think we just watched this battle about 10 or 20 laps ago. Now we're side by side again, and that's going to give the bumper of the 28 Andrew Mraz a little bit of a break as those guys do battle. But something happened with the 30, and he's going to back up to the clutches of the 82. So Justin Gann backing up just a little bit right here. Maybe he's saving on the tires. Getting ready for a run late here. But what can you say about this lead battle right here and the driver that just took it? That number 3, Roy Fernandez, come into tonight 4th in points. Needs to be 4th in points after the race is over so he can be in the championship for at Phoenix next week. We had 8 coming in. We're going to have 4 when we leave. And Fernandez has been, he's done what's necessary so far. Lap 123 of 154, and that 3 car has been out front for a lot of them. He was the first car 1 lap down on that caution flag. And he's able to take the wave around, get his lap back, and now he's worked his way around the 27 and the 18. And he solidly put that 3 car back up to the front of the field. So great job, Roy Fernandez. We're 124, 154. This thing is closing in on us pretty quickly here. Casey Duncan right there in the 18 in the 2nd spot. Cogswell in 3rd. You got Andrew Mraz in 4th, and, man, we're almost 3 wide right here. We are 3 wide. We're not almost, we are. 28's going to slide up a little bit. The 64's right there to his outside. Justin Gann's going to get around them both. Now the 28's going to fight back on the inside of the 30. This is racing. This is short track racing. Mike Franklin not giving nobody any breaks as the 82's moving up. He sees an opportunity to get involved in this 3-car battle in front of him. It's going to be about a 5 or 6-car battle before it's over as the 64 gets into the back of the 28, and we're under caution number 2. Man, you could almost see that happening. Get back onto the instant replay, and let's figure out exactly how it happened. Watch it one more time. We don't have fire, but we're going to do an instant replay. Off the corner, the 64 looks under him. The 28 got loose in front of him is what happened. And then the 28 actually glitched out. So a further review shows there probably wasn't any contact there, but that's crazy. It looked like the 82 of Mike Franklin, though, might have taken he did right on the front end of the 82 car, too. So that's unfortunate. But if you look right here, you see the 28 disappear as he's going into the wall. And he literally hit the front end of the 82. One more time, watching the 82 of Mike Franklin. Right there, you can see the damage go to the front of the 82 car, and that is unfortunate. Yep. And Franklin's on pit road getting the damage worked on, and we're back out on the racetrack here. And we are under caution number 2. 27 laps to go at Richmond International Raceway with the Swift Motorsports Hyperdrive Cup Series. I'm your main commentator, only commentator tonight, Vern Bradley, in the booth. Man, I can't believe I got that out in one breath full. So 4 drivers. We'll take a look at that bracket real quick, the playoff brackets, so you guys can see exactly what these guys are racing for here. But a quick look's going to show the 30 of Justin Gann. He was the points leader coming into tonight by about 17 points, so I'd say Gann's pretty safe. Jason Wells was second in points in the 64. You can see he's now the leader after the cautions in the pit stop, so Wells looks pretty good too. Roy Fernandez was 4th in points coming in, so he was right on the edge. That 3-car needs a solid finish here. Tommy Haynes in the 17. Tommy's currently sitting 8th. He was 5th in points, one back from Hernandez. So he's racing for a spot in, and I believe Tommy is on the lead lap now in the 17. So you got Mike Franklin, the 82, we just seen have problems. Franklin had some issues, and that's unfortunate. I know he's back out on the racetrack now, but you hated it for him. Cody Sleeper in the 0-1. Cody's currently sitting in the 6th spot, and then Jonathan Cogswell is the other one racing for the 4 championship. One of the 4 championship spots. And we're back on the field now. They're 2x2. Got about another lap before we go back to green here, it looks like. But that was it right now, or right there. That's your 8 in the playoff bracket. And after Richmond, 4 of the 8 drivers that I just showed you on the screen, 4 of those are going to be racing for the championship in Phoenix next week. So Phoenix will be race number 15, chase race number 5, and the final of the season for the Hyperdrive Cup Series at Swift Motorsports. If anybody's wondering, next season I'll probably be right back here in the booth on Thursday nights. Pace cars in, 2x2, and we're back to green flag racing once more with 24 laps to go. Jason Wells wasting no time getting on the gas, but man, don't take nothing away from the 3 of Roy Fernandez as he's going to battle on the outside and take the lead. Just like that 3 car went after him. Roy Fernandez is leaving nothing out there on the racetrack. Man, 64 had to get out of it right now. Now the 3 had to back out to stay out of the wall. Roy Fernandez, strong car with that 3 car. He's going to take the lead just like that. Move the 64 back to 2nd. Oh, no, 27, Cogswell loose. One of the contenders, and that's not going to trigger a caution. And the 27's car is missing, it sounds like. I know he got front end damage, as you can see the splitter dragging the racetrack right here. So that's going to move Cogswell to the back of the field around 8th spot right now. And that, again, one of your 8 that we're looking for a spot in that Final 4 for the championship. Not the Final 4, the championship 4. Man, I'll get that right eventually, I'll tell you. Lead battle once again, your leader Roy Fernandez in the 3. He's got the 64 Jason Wells behind him. He's got the 30 of Justin Gann behind him. He's got the 0-1 of Cody Sleeper behind him, who's got the 18 of KC Duncan behind him. So that is your top 5 right now with 19 to go. I'll tell you what, this thing's far from over. But that 3 car is going to be tough to beat. Roy Fernandez has asserted himself when he got out front. It's kind of the car to beat tonight. At first, I thought it was going to be the 30 of Gann leading all those laps. But, man, I'll tell you, the 3 used a little strategy to get out front. But once he got out there, he held on to it, and he showed just how strong that 3 car was. So if they're going to beat him here, they're going to work for it. He ain't going to lay over and give it to him. Roy Fernandez couldn't lose any spots coming into here. He was 4th in points, so that would have put him in the final spot for the championship 4, so he couldn't lose any, and he's leaving little doubt that he's moving to the next round of this championship and the final round of it. Roy Fernandez in the 3 doing what's necessary right here with 16 to go. Jason Wells, though, in the 64 Alienware car, 2nd in points. He's another one that's going to be moving on, it looks like, if this finishes like it does. Justin Gann is another one. So who's going to be the 4th driver? Mike Franklin was 3rd in points coming in. He had 5 over. Now, he was 5 under Wells, and he only had 2 over Fernandez, which Fernandez would cover that gap now I think the driver racing to get in the most here, two of them, it's actually the 0-1 of Cody Sleeper who's running fourth. This 0-1 could possibly race his way into the championship right here with the trouble that the 82 had earlier. So that's going to depend on where the 82 can recover to. He's sitting in the 8th spot or the 7th spot right now. So if Franklin could grab another position, that would do a lot in his battle to stay alive for the championship 4 round, which is the final round next week. Meanwhile, back on the front, 3-car Fernandez has got about a half a second on that 64. He's driving away. He's driving off a little bit with 12 to go. That's what you want to see. If you're Fernandez and you looking out the rearview mirror, you want to see him getting smaller, not bigger. You don't want that nose in your rear view. 0.7 of a second as they come off the corner. The 3-car is just flying. Jason Wells going to get it settled down right here. Settled in the 2nd spot. You got the 30 right behind him of Justin Gann. Like I said, they're pretty safe with the points, but here's the battle. 17 of Tommy Haynes and the 0-1 of Cody Sleeper. Tommy Haynes in the 5th position. He was 1 point ahead of Cody Sleeper. This might actually, if Haynes can't get around him, it might tie these two for that final spot, but we'll see. I don't know. Franklin's still tight in that race, too. This is going to be interesting. That 4th spot, we're going to have to wait for the points to roll out at the end, I'm pretty sure. Man, Tommy Haynes, though, driving the wheels off of it to get up to that 0-1 of Cody Sleeper. He gets that spot, and that's going to go a long way to solidifying him to that final 4. He's all over the back now. Tommy Haynes is putting on a race at the end. 7 laps remaining. 7 more circuits on this short track of Richmond International Raceway. Tommy Haynes in the 17 racing for the 4th and final championship racer positions. The championship 4. He's racing for the final spot in the championship 4. You see him working hard. He's racing with the 0-1 right there, and Mike Franklin is the one that they're trying to get that away from. Some of these other guys have left little doubt that they're moving on, including your race leader, Roy Fernandez. 5 to go, barring no troubles out of the 3-car. He should safely move on to the final 4. Same with the 64. Man, that 17 taking a peek to the inside. He can't do nothing, and I'm watching this because this, like I'm telling you, this is going to be for the 4th position in points to move on with the championship 4. They're catching. I'll tell you what, both these guys are driving so hard, they are catching the 30 of Justin Gann. 4 laps to go, 4 laps remaining. That's your call out. 4 more. I don't want to get off this battle, but with 3 to go, we're going to have to get up to the 3-car. He's got a 0.7 of a second lead. This guy come in 4th in points. He was only about a point ahead of 5th place Tommy Haynes. He knew what he had to do. He did, and he's done it. For over half the race now, this 3-car driver, Roy Fernandez. 2 laps to go around Richmond to nail his name in the playoff bracket is going to the final round of 4. 1 lap to go, white flag out. Roy Fernandez in the 3-car. 4th in points coming in, looking for the win in Richmond. Wants to compete for that championship next week. Wants to be in that 4. And he's going to move on and do it as he's going to win Richmond. Roy Fernandez, your winner. Second place is going to move to Jason Wells in the 64. Third's going to go to Justin Gann in the 30. Cody Sleeper in the 01 is going to hang on for fourth, and that's going to put the 17 of Tommy Haynes in fifth. Mike Franklin, another driver in question in the points there, is going to wind up in the 7th position. That's going to change things up a little bit. I don't know, guys. I'm going to have to wait for the final points to give you that fourth driver. I can tell you, drivers moving on next week to race for a championship are going to be the 30 of Justin Gann, the 64 of Jason Wells, and the 3 of this driver right here, Roy Fernandez. But that fourth driver, I can't tell you yet. We're going to have to wait and see. So we're going to get Fernandez up here for an interview. Burn him down, Roy.
Hell yeah, buddy.
Man, you earned it. You went out and you drove the wheels off that 3 car. You come in 4th in points. You knew you needed to have a good run to make that Final Four at Phoenix next week. Tell us about that race, Roy. That was awesome. Oh, and it blew up.
Oh, man, it's an exciting race. I'm sweating so much right now. Coming in a little bit late here, practicing, trying to get better at this track. I saw with Jason and Justin, you saw them pull away real early in the race, so I knew they were going to be pretty tough to beat. But we had a phenomenal strategy between Cody and I. Pit real early, divide ourselves up amongst the track, create some separation. And, when we pit early, we had a longer, second run and then maybe a potential longer third run. And it was doing great because when Jason and Justin caught up to me on that, second run that we were on, I was maintaining ahead of them or pulling away even at some time. So we definitely had a great strategy going on. If this would have went completely green, I fully expect that Cody and I would have finished, P1, P2, P3 in that category as well. So it's definitely an exciting race, man.
Man, I'll tell you what, you found something because I was paying attention to that. You and Cody did stop early. And it puts you guys first and second. You were able to not only maintain that top spot, but when they closed within about a half a second of you, you stretched it back out to a second before you pitted again. So you actually pulled away from them by a half a second with 15-lap older tires, which was very impressive. And at that point in the race, I knew the 3 car was the car to be reckoned with tonight.
Yeah, I know. I was definitely conserving a bit more. I know when you're stuck in traffic and you're following someone else's line and some of that draft, you may wear your tires more than usual because you're not used to that particular line that you really want to go. So if you get out front, get some clean air, no one in front of you, no distractions, race consistently, hit your marks, you're going to pull away quite a bit. So I was fortunately able to do that with that great strategy we had going on. And like you said, I was able to pull away from them. They were probably trying to follow my line like I was following theirs earlier in the race. And I was pulling away, so it was exciting to see.
Well, Roy, I can tell you, and it's safe to tell you, that you will be racing for a championship in Phoenix next week.
That's exciting, man.
Especially seeing the dominance on the short track here at Richmond. I mean, that's got to give you some momentum, Roy. That right there has got to give you the momentum.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. Honestly, I mean, I know Justin's a great racer. He's won quite a bit of races here and been very consistent amongst everybody. But I was honestly hoping that maybe he'd get stuck a lap down, something would have happened, maybe, something with the pits and kind of close that gap in points because he's ahead of everybody here that's going into the top 4. So, excuse me, I was hoping for a miracle there. But I'm happy with the win, and I can't complain.
Well, we know you drove the wheels off of it, buddy, and congratulations on not only winning the race tonight, but being part of the championship for next week at Phoenix. We're looking forward to it. I know everyone that was in here chatting with me and watching the race tonight is definitely looking forward to it as well. Roy, do you have anyone you want to thank while we got you in the booth, buddy?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Cody Sleeper, my teammate, here with the Simbox Motorsports and CSRF Motorsports. Um, we had a great strategy from the get go, so it was great to see that into fruition in the track as well. I also got to thank my wife. It's her birthday today, so shout out to her for letting me race.
Well,
We
happy
had dinner
birthday to
earlier.
Mrs. Fernandez. Yeah. Man, and you had dinner and wife's birthday, and then you go out, and what a gift! You win a race, and you move on to race for a championship next week at Phoenix. So good day for you there, Roy.
There you go. I appreciate it.
Man, I don't want to hold you up any longer. It's her birthday, so go spend some time with her and celebrate, buddy.
Will do, Vern. Thank you. Have a good night, man.
Thank you, Roy. We'll see you next week.
Yep.
That's your race winner, Roy Fernandez. We're going to find our P2 finisher right now. It's going to be Jason Wells. Jason Wells, Vern Bradley up in the broadcast booth. You got a copy, buddy?
10-4, I got you.
Man, you had a hot rod tonight. Ran second with it, and it looked like you did most of your battling with the 30. Tell us about battling with that 30 the whole race.
Yeah, it was racing really hard there. Man, I don't know. I think I had the car to beat. Just couldn't find the track position to get out front and run away with it.
Man, you definitely the 30 tried to take off early, but you were just able to keep pace with him the entire race, and it looked like as the run went on, your car was definitely strong.
Yeah, he let me go by, I think, before the first pit stop, and I was able to pull away for like a lap or two. And he pitted 2 laps before I had on my schedule, so I was like, man. So I went and pitted earlier, and then the second round I pitted right behind him. I knew I was racing him for the win. At least I hoped I was, and I don't know. At the very end, last pit stop, I took 2 tires because I thought that was the only chance to get out front and run away, and I just couldn't put the power down coming out of the corners.
Well, whatever you did tonight, it worked out for you. You ended up with second, and you safely put yourself in one of the 4 spots for the championship at Phoenix, Jason.
Yeah, to be honest, I'd rather have the win tonight, but we'll have to try again next week. And win next week means we win championship, I guess.
Well, we know you're strong on the short track because you proved it at Richmond tonight. So you just need to pick up 1 spot from Richmond to Phoenix, and you will be the Hyperdrive Cup Series champion.
It was really hard to be very clean. I got a couple 0Xs with the 28, even though he was sliding all over the track. But next week I might not be so nice. I might have to use the front bumper.
Yeah, we hope you don't get in any altercations. That's something I don't wish on any of you guys, especially when you're racing for a championship there. But man, I did see that, and it was kind of weird how that whole thing went down because his car ended up disappearing. And I'll tell you, the 82 really took the brunt of that one.
Yeah, I hate it to see that. I know. I'll tell Michael that I didn't hit him to spin him this time. At Iowa, Michael was pretty mad at me for causing a big wreck at the last lap, but I really felt like I was holding my line down there, even though I moved up just a little bit. I didn't like shoot up the track into people, but like I said, I try my best to race clean, but next week's for the title, and I got a front bumper just like everybody else.
Yeah, short tracks will definitely wind some people up, but man, you had a great night tonight. You definitely had a fast hot rod. You're moving on to the championship 4. Jason, I'm happy for you, buddy. You have anyone you want to thank while we got you up here?
Which you've put on the broadcast, really enjoy watching them after the end of the race.
Hey, that's awesome, man. I love it. I love doing these. It's a ton of fun, and it's fun to chat with the people that come in and do the live chat. We got to get more friends and family for the drivers tuned in. It's a lot of fun to communicate with them in the live chat, and it kind of pumps the drivers up afterwards when they watch these things too. But keep driving like you are. I know you're going to be fast at Phoenix, and go get the championship, Jason. You've been consistent all season. You got yourself here. It's time to practice and go get it, buddy.
The test is tomorrow. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Good luck to you in Phoenix. Jason Wells finishing P2 tonight. One of your 4 racing for the championship. Now we're going to get another one. Justin Ganvern, Bradley up in the booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Oh, yeah, I got you.
Man, I'm telling you, coming into the race, I said it, the most momentum. Won 2 out of 3 chase races, and for a lot of this one at the beginning, or about half the race probably, it looked like the 30 was going to be the guy to beat.
Yeah, that clean air, you could really get a good run. It's super hard to pass somebody here, especially trying to push it, and you'll end up getting loose. But yeah, I thought, I was kind of surprised when I got the pole, honestly. This is not one of my better tracks. And, I was able to keep the lead for, the first 50 laps or so. But after that, it was a struggle. It was fun, but it was a struggle.
Well, you did what was necessary. You had a nice cushion in points coming into here to be part of that championship for next week. And you come home with a podium finish here. 4 chase races, and I think this is probably the worst finish you've had out of 4 of them, Justin.
Oh, yeah. I was shooting for that second, so I didn't get below second. But, yeah, I'll take third any day, honestly.
Man, that's called not just momentum, but almost dominance in the chase so far. You got one more race to go. And judging by tonight, I'm almost going to bet it's going to take a win to win the championship, Justin.
Yeah, this is where are we going here? Phoenix. Yeah, Phoenix is one of my favorite tracks. So, we'll just have to see who can put on the best race.
That's not good news for the rest of them, is it?
Yeah, I mean I'm not saying I'm the best there, but it's one of my favorites. I've ran it quite a bit. I've ran it with this tire model, so I have high hopes.
The only thing I'm going to say is Phoenix is going to get a lot of laps on it in the next week. So leading up to the race from all the guys putting the practice in, but I know 4 drivers in particular that's probably going to put a lot of laps in at Phoenix. And man, I wish all 4 of you the best of luck. I know you're going to put on a great show. The racing's been phenomenal really all season long. And I definitely have enjoyed the season, but really the chase. You guys, I mean, you put on such a great show out there. You really do.
Oh, yeah, it was a little scary there towards the end, with me, Jason, and Andrew. We were it got wild, but it was fun. I heard 3 wide and my eyes got big.
You guys were definitely 3 wide. You and the 64 though, I think you were magnetized the whole race.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I was trying to get away from him and I just couldn't do it. I know he was getting aggravated, I'm sure, trying to get around me. Somehow I was able to keep momentum, whether it was on the bottom or the top, but that's just short track racing. I'm glad everybody kept it clean. That's the way it should be, and that's the way you got to race. So that's what we're about here. You know what I mean? Respect on the track. Definitely got to race hard though.
Yeah, and you guys showed that tonight. That was really great racing and really, really good car control out of all 3 of you in that 3 wide right there. But you got 4 really good drivers competing for the championship next week at Phoenix, and I think it's going to be a phenomenal show. I really do.
Oh yeah, I have no doubts Jason and Roy are going to be all over me, so and myself as well.
Roy was the surprise tonight, by the way. Most of the race, it was you and it was the 64.
Yeah, I'm a little confused by that. Not that Roy got the win. Roy's an excellent driver, but he had about 20 lap older tires, and I should have been able to get by him at ease, and I just couldn't do it. I was just stuck behind him.
Judging from what I could see from the booth, I think what may have actually happened there is you and the 64 working on each other a little bit. I think you guys might have used your tires more than him because he had clean air and didn't really have nothing to work on.
Yeah, that could be it. But excellent strategy from Roy, excellent strategy from Jason with 2 tires, and they had a great race.
Them fellers, they played some strategy on you, so I know Phoenix is going to be probably a lot of strategy because you guys like to put on long green flag runs, so that's going to make it interesting, and, man, I look forward to it. It's going to be exciting, Justin.
Yeah, it's going to be a good race.
You have anyone you want to thank while we got you in the booth here?
Yep, I'm going to go ahead and thank the team, 4X, for the support that they give each other and give myself through these races. I got to thank all the admins up in the booth, the sponsor, RB Rigs, and thank you for putting on the broadcast.
I tell you, that's no problem. You know I love coming over here and doing these things, and I enjoy it. There was a slight glitch tonight, and I don't know how it happened, but I can assure you it won't happen next week. But when I sent the broadcast live with my OBS, I usually have to check it live on YouTube too, because I preset the links up, right?
Yeah.
Well, when I set it live, it automatically started it under the wrong link.
Yeah, I seen that. That was weird.
That was,
but
I've
I
never
was
had it
able to get
happen
to it.
before. I've never had that happen before, but I'm going to change the description on it after the stream tonight, so it's got the right description. But I do want to apologize to you and everyone that tunes into it for that, because that was a weird issue, and I'll make sure that it doesn't do that next week. I don't know why it did it this week, but I'll make sure it doesn't do it again.
Alrighty, well, we appreciate it, and again, we appreciate everything you do, and we're looking forward to having you around for next season.
Well, we can
keep
announce that
things
now
going.
since you said it.
Yeah, yeah.
I will be
mean,
back
why
on
wait till the
Thursday
last
nights.
race?
That's right. I'll be back on Thursday nights next season, and I appreciate the heck out of that. It's going to be a ton of fun once again. But, man, I can't wait for next week. I really can't. I'm excited to see how this – it's kind of like reading a story, and you get to that final chapter. You know what I mean? And you just can't wait to get through that chapter to see how it ends.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have the champagne bottle ready.
That's confidence right there. I like it, man.
I'm gonna spray all over my computer.
I wouldn't recommend that. Not going to tell you how I know that for a fact, but I don't recommend it.
Come on, then I can get a new computer.
Well, hopefully you're in here celebrating with me. I wanted to interview our fourth and final driver in the championship but I think he ducked out of Discord pretty quickly. But I think Mike Franklin is going to be happy to know that he made that fourth spot. That's the driver of the 82. He, I say that because he's the one that ran into trouble on that second caution. And it was weird because the 28 had disappeared on my screen.
I'm showing Cody Sleeper in fourth.
Oh, you know what? I'm showing a tie for fourth.
Yep, I think Cody Sleeper went ahead and got
Did Cody make it?
Yep.
Oh, it switched around. Before my thing, when I first did it, it showed Mike Franklin up there. Now it switched around and it's got Cody Sleeper, so he's the fourth and final driver in it.
Yeah, because what ends up happening is Cody's actually got 5 top 5s and Mike has 4. So
gotcha.
That
was the tiebreaker. That was the tiebreaker. Well, I knew that they were going to wind up points-wise tied because Tommy Haynes didn't get around Cody Sleeper. He was working on him pretty hard at the end, but he didn't get around him. And I knew that was going to throw a tie-up. You know what I mean?
Yep.
All over the place. So I see exactly what happened. And that would have actually been a 3-way tie at that point between Franklin, Sleeper, and Haynes.
Oh, yeah.
That's insane, man.
I mean, there's all 3 of them have been really consistent this season, and looking forward to the chase, but also looking forward to season 3 over here. We've got some changes that'll be coming. We'll make our announcements shortly on that, but we have some big things coming, and we want all of our current drivers to be a part of that, and hopefully bring in some new ones. So after next week, we'll be putting on 2 weeks of recruiting and gathering some new drivers in here and bringing back some veterans.
Yeah, Cody is. All that sounds awesome. Cody's on the YouTube chat now. He's surprised.
Tell him get in here.
He's happy. Get on in here. We'll get you in the broadcast booth, Cody. You deserve it, buddy. I had to wait and refresh that page before I could see it, and you broke it to me, and then when I refreshed it after that, it showed him clearly fourth in points.
Yeah, he's I thought he was going to end up catching me and passing me for third place tonight.
That battle he did. They were running you down, Justin.
Yeah. I saw it.
Him and the 17 were definitely running you guys down there at the end, and it was really an impressive battle. And I almost had to stay with it, but you got to move the camera to the leader for the final couple laps there and make that as best as possible. But that was good
I think
racing.
I tried to push too hard. Trying to keep up with Jason and Roy, hoping to get a pass there, and I definitely killed my tires on that last little short run.
Yeah, that's what I could see too. It looked like you burned them up a little bit, but man, I mean, you at that point, I think you're just celebrating going into next week.
Oh yeah.
You got the champagne pre-bought, or do you still got to pick that up, Justin? That's the question.
Yeah, I had to think. Get my loving wife to do it. She lets me do all this iRacing, weekly and multiple times a week. So I've got to thank her for allowing me to do this and put this league on and spend the time that I do here. So maybe she'll go out and get me some champagne bottles.
That'd be awesome, wouldn't it?
Continue that support.
Speaking of wives, it was Roy Fernandez's wife's birthday today. So happy birthday once again. Exactly, happy birthday once again to his wife. But on more important side of it, I want to let everyone know that we continue to keep Kathy Haynes in our thoughts and prayers, and get well soon, Kathy. I know Tommy's
definitely.
mind's been on that a lot, so man, we got to let them know that we're thinking of them in a time like this, and we certainly are. So our best wishes, and we speedy recovery for Kathy Haynes.
Got a lot of prayers going out to her. So the whole iRacing community that we have is definitely thinking about her and him as well.
Absolutely. And the other one and I mentioned it during the race, Michael Mueller. Man, I hope you start feeling better, buddy, and getting back as soon as possible.
Oh yeah, and thank you for letting me get some of these podium finishes, Michael.
He was going to be a tough one. There was no doubt about it. And you hate to see a guy go out, because he had to have that surgery done. But I'll tell you, I just want to see. He can. I told him he can do it one arm, Justin.
Oh, he can.
He don't need both arms to race.
Yeah. Now, it makes it fair giving him only one arm.
Yeah, it kind of equals it out, don't it?
Yeah, so even after he heals up, he's only allowed to use one arm. It's in the Swift Motorsport rulebook.
So is it going to be one arm and one leg at that point? Well, if he keeps winning with the one arm, then we'll look at maybe doing a one leg thing.
Yeah, we'll have to keep taking stuff away.
So if he tunes in, he'll and listens to that, he'll know what's coming up. That's one of the big changes for next season, by the way, Michael.
Yeah. Like I said, it's in the rule book. So
just going to get that out there for you right now, that big change is coming as far as how many limbs you can use to race with. Man, it's been a ton of fun, and we do got the Final Four, and I think I even got a picture of it, what that bracket looks like now. So that's all good, and I'm going to try to find that picture again. And then I'm going to open it up, and I'm going to move it onto our broadcast stream, kind of over it, so everybody can look at it. Oh, that worked. I don't know how, Justin, but it worked. So our final 4 drivers, once again, we're going to show it up on the screen. And I don't even know where I'm at now on the Discord thing. I was all over the place, but I'm back now. And we see you in the 30 moving on. Jason Wells in the 64. The 3 of Roy Fernandez. And the 0-1 of Cody Sleeper. The only thing we need is a name underneath that big cup, Justin.
That's it.
That's gonna do it. I mean, that's race number 15, chase race number 5, next week at Phoenix. Share the stream, guys. Let's get everybody tuned in for this one. I mean everyone, your grandma, your grandpa, your 15th cousin 20 times removed from your father's side. You know what I mean? We need them all. Your sister's cousin's friend. We need them too. But let's get them in here to watch the final race. It's going to be a great one, no doubt about it. But we'll get it there. I think next season we're going to look at some big changes on all kinds of sides, Justin. I'm going to work on some things in the off season too, specifically to do with the overlays and more how I market the stream. I think I'm going to start looking for a different direction to push at to drive the view count through the roof. But I think the shows have been pretty good for the most part.
Oh, yeah.
The racing's been great.
It's been great.
The one thing I did tonight, and when you listen to it, hopefully you'll be able to notice it, is I did turn the volume up for the cars.
Okay. All right. Nice. Yeah.
So hopefully that sounds more it sounds like it's more in line of what it should be. And, you got to tweak on that stuff to kind of get the perfect balance there, but I'll get it figured out eventually.
Oh, we know that. We have no doubts.
But it has been fun. I am looking forward to next week. I'm just sad that it's the last race of the season.
Well, we'll give everybody a little break, The admins working behind the scenes.
They deserve it.
Oh, yeah. And even the drivers putting in the time and practice that they put in to put these races on. It's nice to enjoy a little break, but it won't be long. Well, we're going to keep on rolling.
I'm going to be a 2-man crew next week. I have Michael McCauley. He was in our chat tonight on YouTube, but he's going to come over and co-commentate with me. He's a really good dude. He normally drives a Little Mermaid paint scheme on his car, but we don't hold that against him.
Oh.
So he'll be commentating on us. Michael's a good dude. I had to get the other commentator that I use sometimes to quit bouncing up and down on that feller's hood because he had the Little Mermaid on it. He dented the guy's hood in more than one time, Justin. It's crazy. So we had to stop that from happening, but we'll have Michael McCauley next week, and I'm excited about that. It's fun to have a co-commentator. Plus, my voice don't feel wore out at the end of it.
Oh, yeah. We look forward to it.
Not that it is, man. I'm used to talking all the time, so we'll just come in here, and it comes natural. You just talk. That's what you do. You talk. Ask Don Kidder. He'll tell you.
Oh, yeah.
But I think that's going to do it for me tonight. I don't know about you. You got anything else you want to add, Justin?
Oh, no. I think I'm going to go to bed. Work comes early.
I'm thinking about doing the same thing. Now, what did he just say? She gets abused by nation. This is a Little Mermaid abuse. But we determined that, that's so old that Ariel's like 49 years old now. So she's not a young girl anymore, but man, that guy has just tore up that feller's hood. I'm not going to lie. He tore it up, but that's going to do it for us in the Swift Motorsports Hyperdrive Cup Series at Richmond tonight. We have shown you the Championship 4 for next week. And if you miss it, I mean, you're missing a great show. You really are. We're going to crown a champion. There's going to be champagne, probably keyboards and computers shorting out, but we'll worry about that next season. Next week, it's going to be a celebration. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate it every week. Give us a like, a subscribe if you haven't done so. We'll be back at a little bit early next week. I think I want to talk to the 4 drivers that are racing for the championship before the race goes off. So probably going to start the stream early so we can do some of that. And it's going to be fun. Thank you for tuning in and hanging out. We'll see you next week. Have a great night.